Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I rise, as with the previous member, sadly to oppose this bill on behalf of the Green Party, congratulating, of course, the member for getting her bill drawn. It's really great to have your bill drawn as a member of Parliament, and especially, for someone who, first term, exactly. So we're opposing this because, like a lot of ideas this coalition government has, it has a good idea at the heart of it, but it doesn't actually. They actually seem to fail on the execution front. For example, this government has adopted the mantra of growing the economy, but they've just succeeded in having record levels of unemployment and also having lower growth than we did last year. So if that's what they're calling growth, I mean they've embraced the degrowth philosophy. This government has this whole rhetoric around law and order, but as my colleague Tamitha Paul has already articulated, they've actually defunded the police by 55 million just in their first budget as government. Maybe they'll double defunding the police in this budget. Maybe it'll be a cuts of 110 million this time for the next budget. Well, Finance Minister Nicola Willis said she's not ruling anything in and out of the budget, so maybe she'll make billion-dollar cuts out of the police. Who knows? We won't see until the budget. And look, I'll get to the crux of this bill. And as I said, I think the core at the heart of it is allowing mutual terminations. I mean, that's not something that anyone's opposed to. But as people here realize, some things are more or less mutual than others. Like you have a breakup and then you call it mutual, but you've actually been dumped because there's power imbalances across any kind of relationships, and it's like that. I've had that as well. And look, we've had the CTA provide commentary on this bill, and I think I'm very convinced by the argument they make. No, it's just old-fashioned notes from our researchers. There is always a process for employers to engage in mediation with staff. This bill is not needed to ensure that without prejudice conversations can occur. These occur frequently and play a part in resolving practically all employment issues. And look, another employment law specialist, Lai Neve, agrees with the CTO analysis. They state, there's no apparent limit on when an employer may try to negotiate an employee's exit and the risk that the employer will have limited bargaining power to meaningfully negotiate. Further, by making any evidence of the pre-termination negotiation inadmissible, there's a risk of offers being made that support unjustified conduct that give a rise to personal grievances, save for the protections granted by the bill. So, while we congratulate the member, and I'm sure all the coalition parties will vote for it anyway, so we'll go through anyway. Regretfully, we cannot support this legislation. Thank you.
I'm not regretful. No, we should not support the bill. No, it's a bad bill. It's going to screw over workers. No, bad bill. No regrets.
I can picture it be like, we're doing this. I'm giving you nothing, and you pay me money.
Yeah, no, I don't. No, it's like I don't feel regretful about not supporting the here's your money and fuck off.
Or can I take your whole? I'm taking all your holiday pay and everything, and you can't take me as a personal grievance.
Yeah, it's not like a romantic relationship. I don't know why he made that comparison though. And no, we're talking about people.
William gave me 2 weeks notice to break up.
It's just the logic was weird. But yeah, it's like no, we're talking about people who might be afraid or who are not a member of a union or like what Jen Tinetti said, right? They should be able to get representation and stuff if a work relation falls apart.
Yeah, I think that'll go on Friends highlight reel. But
I mean, put it this way, I wouldn't have made that argument. Not the argument I would have made.
Not the one you lead with.
But Francisco and I haven't met, but my ex Liam did give me 2 weeks notice to break up one time. So
okay, all right.
Maybe it's from the people who sit there and treat a mutually loving relationship as an employment agreement. And actually, it's quite interesting. Eddie actually sat there and said to me, when Bradley kind of left, he kind of left like using the abandonment clause on an employment contract.
Okay, that's a first for me, but all right.
That was the way that Eddie described it.
So this is why the relationship kind of metaphor doesn't work. And this is why using it, but anyway, it makes.
Can you file a personal grievance claim? I mean, can you do that in a relationship? Yeah.
Well, the one that possibly could do that could be Alex.
Yeah, I mean, Francesco seemed much more interested in talking about Tam and the police than he did.
Well, his groovy Tam was sitting right next door to him.
Yeah. I know. I thought
we're demoting Tamitha from MP status to groupie fan status.
Yeah, I mean, she's gotten so much press in the news recently that she's had a cyclone named after her. You know, Cyclone
Yeah,
Tam.
that's actually a damn good point. Even though I actually thought about that Cyclone Tam was like the name Tam off young Sheldon, Sheldon's best friend. So that when Tam came to me, it came to me like that, not Tamitha Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure it's just a coincidence, but I just thought it was very funny that they named the cyclone Tam.
Well, it definitely wasn't called, was it Cyclone Tanya, as that's who's up next.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to our Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok.